looks like it's 6 o'clock or thereafter. We'll call a meeting to order and proceed with the roll call.
Sproul,
Present.
Gale,
Here.
Helpap,
Here.
Nash,
Here.
Jones-Webb,
Here.
Bush,
Here.
Ahmad.
Here.
Everyone's present, we have a quorum. The first item on the agenda is request for a used car lot in an M1 light industrial district at 1403 State Street. We have with us to present his side of the case to us is Miles Light, who would like to put that car lot in. Dr. Light?
Hi, I want to thank you for allowing me this opportunity to present my request for a variance. I'm a physician in Saginaw. I practice in Saginaw Township and at Covenant Hospital. I have been looking into trying to bring a business to the city of Saginaw. I come from a family that has experience with auto sales, both new and used, and I grew up in that type of environment when I was young. Specifically, I'm looking for a variance to change the zoning of a piece of property on State Street, which previously has been a bar that has been closed down for somewhere between 3 and 4 years. I've done extensive amount of research. I think this would be a good opportunity for the city of Saginaw. However, in order to go forward, I need a variance in the zoning. Currently, it's industrial, and it needs to, the variance needs to be B2. I've been working with Mike and have presented site pictures and drawings. We also did a survey within 300 feet in all directions of the property, and we contacted approximately 19 homeowners in that area. And I've presented a petition with 16 signatures for residents in this area who were enthusiastic and affirmed their desire to allow me to put this business into that location. I estimate that it will bring approximately 6 new jobs to the city. More importantly, it will allow residents in that general area, north, south, east, and west, the opportunity to be able to provide or to purchase used vehicles that are of high quality and a reasonable price. I think currently many of the residents who live farther east, including across the river, don't really have much opportunity to purchase high-quality vehicles. So this would be the perfect location for this business. A lot of people are down on the city of Saginaw, and I don't share that negative opinion. I'm excited about bringing a business to the city of Saginaw. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Go ahead.
Is the property yours or do it belong to someone else? Because in the sheet it said it was owned by another owner.
Yeah, I have a purchase agreement for this piece of property.
Tell us what kind of upgrades you do to the property to get it so that it is in a higher class, high-end car dealership. The land it's sitting on, you're gonna do something with the driveways and all that.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
If you do get the clearance, tell us what kind of upgrades you would make?
I've actually provided you with a detailed drawing.
Right,
We're going to do a complete remodel of the exterior of the building, so that will improve the exterior physical aesthetics. We're going to replace the roof. There's going to be complete landscaping. There's going to be, obviously, enhanced lighting. There's going to be lights on the exterior of the building, as well as the parking lot itself. And I want to emphasize, I'm a physician, so this isn't anything that I personally have expertise with. So we plan on, once I have the variance, working closely with the Planning Commission to make certain that we meet all standards and any recommendations. The other thing is, I guess I would emphasize to you is, I take this opportunity very seriously. I'm willing to invest whatever amounts of money that it's going to take to make this property appealing. I want it to be something that the residents in that area are proud of. I think it also opens up the door to property enhancements, business property enhancements in that general location. And I would be very proud to be the first person to get this stone rolling.
thank you.
Thank you.
Where are you at on your purchase agreement right now? I mean, is your purchase agreement pending approval of this?
It is.
So if this doesn't happen, then you're not going to buy that property?
Well, I don't know that that's true either. I've put a lot of time and effort and planning into it, but there's a contingency agreement. I don't know that I would back away from it, but when I considered what business opportunities I could put in there, the one that seemed most palatable to the neighborhood and to the corridor, and something that I have at least a reasonable working understanding of, is a used car lot.
This is a question for staff. Directly, would it be north of the building, across the street?
Yes.
Is that that building's not there, is it?
No.
Okay,
It's
it's
gone.
gone. What is that, is that M1, B1, B2?
That's M1 as well.
Oh, is it M1?
All the way across the whole section?
Staff is planning on submitting a rezoning request to make that entire, it's about a 2.5 block area that's now M1, and by the end of the year, we hope to start the process to change that zoning to B1 to fit more into what the master plan shows. And also, there are no industries operating in that area now. I think that M1 designation is probably a holdover from when the railroad line ran through there many years ago. I'd like to point one other thing out. This request tonight is a variance to allow the use of a used car dealership where it is not allowed. It's not a rezoning request.
Okay. But that, even with the variance, will stay with the property?
It
correct?
will stay with
Stay
the
with
property.
the property.
Also to point out, if it was changed to B1, a used car dealership still is not allowed.
Can I add something also I should have said earlier? This is, so it's a building on the corner, which had historically been a bar, and most recently closed down 4 years ago. So it's dilapidated. There's been no upkeep. Physically, it's an eyesore. I plan on making it aesthetically appealing and, to raise the standard so that we will entice people to come in and get high-quality used cars at a reasonable price.
This variance is for changing the property if you purchase it. It's not for anybody else. It's isolated, right?
Yeah, this
Yes.
specific property.
It would be for this specific property.
It's isolated.
And it would, if you decided to make that motion and it passed, it would be to change the use of the building and the property, not the zoning.
Okay, so it's, if we did that, and if you're gonna change the other, is this change gonna be grandfathered in?
Yes, the change would be
Okay.
grandfathered
That's what
in.
I wanted to make sure, because,
But at this point, it's not allowed in either one of those districts.
right,
U1 or A1.
Doctor, have you looked at any other areas that are already B2?
Right, we have. Approximately 4 or 5 other parcels I've looked at. This one is the one that ultimately I felt was the best. I felt it was worth pursuing the request for the variance. I'm hopeful over the next 3 or 4 or 5 years to actually purchase a couple of other pieces of property. This just seemed to be the best fit for what we want to do.
Good traffic,
Yeah,
good traffic.
absolutely.
And it's interesting too, if you look across the street of all the trucks around the other buildings that are basically rental trucks,
right.
right across the street.
It might not have been there,
No, they're on this side.
this whole area, this building's not even there.
Yeah, but this trucks are
Yeah,
on
the
this
building's gone. But that's the bar on the corner.
side. Those trucks are there most of the time.
Yes, they are.
That's,
That gas station,
yeah, I can't think of his name.
right at the corner.
Wally King's.
Well, the case,
Yeah.
So if we do this, it's just, say if we approve it, he'll be grandfathered in, and he won't have to come back here again, will he?
Not unless he decides to expand the business or change the use.
But he will have to comply with the zone, planning.
The planning commission,
Right,
because
right.
this site plan that you have does not show any elevations or where the entranceways are, and engineering's gonna wanna know that, so that
Yeah.
as far as water drain off.
So will this go to planning then?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Any other questions? Any other questions of Dr. Light? I don't see anybody else here, so I don't expect any other comments from the podium. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second,
Okay, discussion?
we might want to note that the petitions that were submitted were reviewed by the commission, zoning commission, and that we didn't see any problem with them. Some were outside of the radius, and it doesn't matter. It's nice to see you got 19 people to sign approval for upgrade of dilapidated
Yes, ma'am.
land, you know,
16.
Whatever
They
it
approached
was.
19,
yeah,
yeah.
so,
And you got a negative at the 1321.
Right.
right.
I lived on Mason and Genesee for many years. That is the nicest home in about an 8-block area. That's why I noticed he
Right.
complained before. But that is a beautiful home. And I understand his feelings, but I think that the business is more important than an individual feeling.
All right.
I
Well,
think that the aesthetic upgrades he's gonna bring to the business will be pleasing to the person,
I think so, too.
you know, in consideration with the
Yeah.
neighbor's comment, you know.
Yeah, no, and I would agree with that. We will do it
And
to make,
nobody's here to
Well, he said, he made a note that he couldn't be here because he had something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody showed up from the public anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know how many were sent out, but nobody showed up.
Well, for our purposes, this just goes to the use of the
Right,
building.
right.
Yeah,
But the other part would be taken up by
Right,
by the planning.
Commission.
yeah.
the
Right.
aesthetics, elevation, all the other things.
Yep.
Any other discussion on the motion?
I guess I have another question. I'm gonna go back to the other thing.
Sure.
You don't own the property as of yet. There's a purchase agreement. If we do not approve this, you say you may continue on. Do you have other ideas for the property that maybe would fit the zoning?
This is my best, most enthusiastic idea. I guess I am confident that, I need a variance, then I need to work with the planning commission, but I am confident that this is my best opportunity and the location's best opportunity. I would not be I'm not so attached to opening up a used car lot in the city of Saginaw that I would necessarily run and find another location. I would rather allow this business to fit in on this location. I didn't put a whole lot of thought into what other business I might consider. But the purchase agreement is not, there's a contingency, but it's not, it doesn't fall by the wayside if I don't get the variance.
Okay, and I guess that's what my question is. What would be the backup plan? Is there not a backup plan? Or, so let's say this is denied and you continue on and purchase the property, so now it's your property. Is it gonna sit vacant as is, or do you have another idea?
Oh, gosh, no. I wouldn't purchase it just to let it remain vacant. But the approach I pursued was this particular building with the upgrades that I have enumerated, this particular location for the purpose of bringing a used car business to Saginaw there. I don't have a second or third option for a business specifically at that location. But I have my eye on a couple of other pieces of property in Saginaw for business opportunities. It's just this was the one that I wanted to bring forward first.
And there are other properties, Zone B2, that you could walk into tomorrow and open up a used car.
With as much work as he'll need to do now, yes. I can think of one right now that's for sale, not on State Street.
Somebody, did you indicate there were 5 pieces, didn't you? There were 5 parcels that are B2?
What I said was I have my eye on approximately 3 to 5 other pieces of property in Saginaw that down the road I hope to be able to purchase and/or develop for alternative types of businesses. But this is my primary focus for the next year or so.
I don't have any.
Any other questions or discussion? All right, it's been moved and supported to,
Who made the support?
I did.
in case number 13-1013, to grant the request of Dr. Light for the variance at what is it, 1403 State Street in the city. All in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
Motion's carried. Variance is granted.
Thank you very much.
Next item on the agenda is approval of the August 7th minutes.
I know for the record that the minutes have been distributed, I believe, to the board of that meeting. And is there a motion to approve?
Support.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor of the motion to approve the August 7th minutes, please say, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Next item on the agenda is the approval of the calendar for 2014. I believe with, if I remember correctly, with one exception, I didn't think you would want to meet on New Year's Day.
I noticed that.
So that one would be the second meeting of, or second Wednesday of the month. Otherwise, we'd be on the same schedule that we were for 2013. Those dates have been approved by the clerk's office and the room's been reserved. As long as
And
you-
obviously, these are all Wednesdays.
they are all Wednesdays.
Is there a motion to approve?
I motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
And now it's time for adjournment.
Right.
Do we have to sign the?
Yes, I've got the order already.
Motion to adjourn?
Yeah.
After we sign.
Huh?
After we sign.
Support.
After we sign?
After we sign.